Hey everyone, I'm Mark, and this is a peculiar original PowerMac G5. Today, I'm going to cover one of the various upgrades done to this computer. There are faster PowerMac G5s out there, of course. The following year saw the release of a dual 2.5 in 2004. There's also the PCI Express models, the Quad, and also the highest clock G5 being the dual 2.7. All in all, this isn't the ultimate in processor speed, being a 2003 dual 2.0. With this upgrade, however, this PowerMac G5 ultimately transforms into something more usable. The inspiration for this project started way back when I had a 2 SSD striped RAID array in here, made a video about it, and saw some performance benefit. Then I thought to myself, well, how fast would it be with 4? Today, I'll show you how I did this to my own PowerMac G5 and how you may do this to yours. To get started, you will need a compatible SATA RAID card, 4 compatible solid-state drives, 2 SATA data cables, a donor SATA power cable, a way to mount the additional solid-state drives, as well as super glue and zip ties if you need it. So let's start over here. I took the SATA power cable out of a donor PowerMac G5. I lined up the different power cables, spliced them, made sure the wires were matching. I ran the SATA power cable over this hard drive bay, optical drive bay divider. Have 2 zip ties tying down the wire over here. Out comes the wire for the 2 SSDs. I put a silicon image PCI Sata RAID card. This is flashed with a Mac ROM. These 2 SATA data cables are routed up through there, and they plug into here. I also took the hard drive bay out of the other donor PowerMac G5 and super glued it into where the optical drive normally would be in this computer. I also grabbed 2.5-inch to 3.5-inch SSD to hard drive bay adapters. And that's how we get a 4 SSD RAID array and a PowerMac G5. Now that you've seen me install the parts into this computer, it's time to see how it performs, and more importantly, the numbers. You gotta watch this. You're not gonna believe your eyes. Wow, would you look at that? For uncached write and read, 348 megabytes per second read and 288 megabytes per second write. Obviously, this is an old computer. Being a PowerPC Mac from 2003, it's not only depreciated, it's 2 processor transitions behind the current one. App support has been on a harsh decrescendo since the early 2010s. There are indeed better computers out there, way better, but this computer is still competent at some things. Sometimes it's really fast, and other times it's sluggish for obvious reasons. Ultimately, usability is determined by the eye of the beholder. The performance starts to shine when it comes to responsiveness, loading times, file copy progress, and especially video streaming. While this PowerMac G5 is outfitted with an X850 XT, it's indeed the combination of hardware making HD video streaming possible and not just the graphics card. As a result, Even this Dual 2.0 can still handle 720p from YouTube in 10.5 tube. It even allows for Google account login, and YouTube Premium will still skip commercials. What astounds me is how responsive everything is. To show you an example of how competent this computer is at exporting video, this is how long it's taking to export a 1080p 30 frame per second 1 minute screen grab of my desktop. As you can see, it's not very competent. While you watch some games play in the background, I wanted to share some notes at the end of this video. The SSD RAID array was created a disk utility and shows up normally as a boot volume when you hold down the Option key or choose the boot volume in System Preferences. I already had a prepared boot drive, which happened to be an external FireWire. This way, the SSDs were seen internally, and I could use Carbon Copy Cloner to clone the boot drive. Thank you guys so very much for taking the time out of your day for watching this computer project of mine. If you like it, drop a like. It does help the algorithm. Leave a comment or a question. Have a great rest of your day.